All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Don't leave me lying here because I don't want to go. No.
Mm-mm.
It was on the episode. The song Volcano Girls, Veruca Salt. It was on the episode where Jubilee was whooping ass.
I toned all that shit out.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought you were a 90s fan, man.
Yeah, to like Nas and Jay-Z, not whatever that was. Biggie, Tupac. Anyway, welcome back to the shit. Start over. Welcome back to the Comic Book Blues Nursery. Your host, Leroy, aka Apocalypse is, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Guacamole Grogu.
Grogu or Grogurt?
Grogurt.
Grogurt. Okay.
Grogurt.
Is Grogurt even a thing, or that we just made that up?
Yeah, like the squeezable yogurt things.
Okay.
Yeah, Gogurt.
Yeah, Gogurt. Is that what it's called?
Gogurt. Yeah,
Gogurt is what it's called.
Gogurt.
Okay.
Grogu. Guacamole.
Okay, makes
guacamole
sense.
Grogu, whatever. Yeah.
And shout out to our third co-host, the AI. Yeah.
All hail the Dubots.
Yeah. So, like I said, if you're here, then we're going to talk about the good stuff. We are going to talk about X-Men 97. They dropped 3 episodes. They drop 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to break them down. Eli saw 2. I saw 3. But he's still going to give me detailed notes on everything that happened in this episode. Lore dive. Because Eli is that guy.
Yeah, right.
But before we get into the deep dive lore of X-Men, can we talk about something we shouldn't talk about that kind of bit us in the ass last time?
Sure.
Oh, first of all, happy 4th. I know it's on the 5th, but happy 4th.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said, happy Independence Day for white people, happy 4th for everybody else.
Yeah.
It's 2 different things we celebrate.
Right? Yeah. You know what? I wish the hood would celebrate Halloween like they celebrate the 4th of July.
Why do you want the hood to celebrate the Halloween?
Because for the past 2 weeks, these motherfuckers been lighting off fireworks till like 4 in the morning.
Right.
But Halloween season, these broke ass motherfuckers are hiding inside. No one's out trick or treating. No one's got any decorations. It's fucking the house on dead.
Well, Eli,
last house on the left and shit.
Before the pandemic, we were.
Yeah,
this pandemic kind of screwed us up. So,
well, quit blowing your fucking money on these dumb, fucking expensive ass fireworks and buy a fucking, Apocalypse mask
or
buy a Wolverine costume. Buy a satellite costume if you can fit it.
But before we go into the X-Men, we're going to talk about the 3 episodes of X-Men. Before we get into it, we're going to talk about something we shouldn't talk about, the bit us in the ass last week. We're going to talk about Supergirl.
All right.
I'm not going to do a box office because you can already guess what the box office is. What's that movie, Young Washington?
What?
Yeah, it already beat it. It's a, I don't know, George Washington biopic, I guess, like that. It beat Supergirl this week. So, yeah.
I never even heard of that.
Well, it beat it, whatever it is. Point is, when we talking about it, like I said, we talked about Supergirl. Remember, Eli, I said that it's going to take a week before the internet can crystallize what they think of Supergirl, and the opinion has been crystallized. Here's the thing: your review of Supergirl after a week is the nicest review I've heard of that movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Because I said it was all right.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's been brutal. People have been attacking this movie, and you know how the internet is. When the internet kind of jumps on things, they kind of just jump on it more. So. It is what it is. It happens. So what I decided to do after this, I'm not talking about Supergirl again because that last episode we did was our worst performing episode we've done all year. So it almost feels like that anything Supergirl touches turns to shit. So that's why I feel like we don't even talk about it anymore.
Well, we did talk about Supergirl for like 45, almost an hour.
Right. I guess that was a minute and 15 minutes too long for everybody else. So yeah. So I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to do is talk about here, and you can join in on me if you want to, Eli. I'm going to talk about the 5 best superhero movies starring a woman.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to put up a list You let me know if you agree with this list or not, and we can kind of go from there. Or if you want to throw a wild card in there, throw me into that. Keep in mind, I am clipping this, so yeah,
Okay.
we go from there. So starting off, we're going
be on your best behavior.
do what you want. I don't care. I can always edit you out. So, yeah. All right. So here we go. The first one, number 5. Bam. Supergirl. Now,
Okay.
I know a lot of people disagree with that because they're saying it's the worst movie of all time. It is not Madam Web level, no bullshit like that, but that's it. But number 2. Oh, I'm sorry. We're at 5 right now. Number 4. Number 4 is Black Widow.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
There so far.
I
Number 3, The Marvels.
don't know.
I went with them, not
Number
Captain
3
Marvel.
over fucking Black Widow? Really? I don't know about that.
Fuck yeah, I'm talking over Black Widow.
Shit, over Black. I don't know about that.
Okay, see.
I mean, okay.
See,
I mean, it's got Monica in it. I'll give you that, but
see, that's discourse right there. Okay,
Monica's in the Marvels.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm taking the Marvels over Black Widow. Yeah.
We do need Monica on the list, but I'm just saying.
I don't give a damn. I'm putting
number 3. No, you're talking about top 3. Come on.
Top 3, yes. You can put Black Widow on your list. I'm putting it on my list. Okay. Number 2, Wakanda Forever. Got to put it on there. So yeah.
Okay.
And number 1 shouldn't be a shocker to anybody. Wonder Woman. So yeah. So that was that. Like I said, I just want to just throw that out there. It was real quick. I was gonna do. Ooh, that's big. Okay. I was gonna do a number like top 10 list on there. But I'll be honest with you, Eli, when we started getting past the next 5, it got rough. I was about to throw barbed wire on there.
Halle Berry's Catwoman there? What the hell, man?
You want Catwoman on there? What?
But it's Halle Berry. Who gives a shit?
So if your top 10 women-led superhero list, Halle Berry's Catwoman will make your list.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yes, it would. Number 1, fuck it. I don't give
the fuck. Okay. Discourse.
Because it's Halle Berry running around in that costume.
Hey,
I don't give a shit about the movie.
Yes, that costume fed generations. I give you that. But I'm just saying. There's got to be a line somewhere, but that's why I didn't do a top 10 because
what about any of the Harley movies? No,
that would have been number 6.
So the Marvels over Birds of Prey.
Fuck yes.
Shit.
I watched Birds of Prey last night just to see if it'll make my list. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about that Birds of Prey movie. It has some issues, has some problems. Margot Robbie was great. It had a lot of great people and stuff like that, but the movie didn't know what kind of story it's trying to tell. Was it trying to be? And I get it that it's supposed to be kick action like that because it's Harley Quinn's mind, something like that. But narrative structure, it was all over the fucking place. It didn't know if it wanted to be Pulp Fiction. It didn't want to be like a regular crime drama. It didn't know.
And the Marvels number 3 wasn't.
Fuck yes, I'm defending it. I'm dying on that hill, Eli. I don't give a damn. I'm dying on that hill.
I don't know about that, man. The views of Leroy.
Oh, now
do not reflect the views.
One band, one sound. You in this shit? So shit. Anyway, can we move on past that? Okay. We put this with Star Wars and Will Smith. Band topic. Women superhero movies.
No, the Marvels at number 3. I was of all time. Come on now, man.
Anybody disagree? Come fight me. Come for me. Shit. All right. Now we can move on to the actual podcast. We can go into it. We're going to talk about X-Men 97 season 2. The first 3 episodes, I was like, okay, they're giving us some meat on the bone with this one. First 3 episodes, I was thinking like they were going to drop one episode. We were going to be, and just dive into that much like that. But no, they gave us some meat on the bone. I was like, okay, so yeah. So Eli, like I said, you saw 2 episodes of the 3 episodes, right? Okay, probably did. But yeah.
I did. Yeah.
So. Yeah, a little bit. But let's see what we're gonna jump into. Like I said, the first episode was we're gonna come back to that with X-Force. But the first episode was basically 3 parts. It was like I said, the last season, it was like the X-Men were divided in 2 different time periods. We know half of the team was sent to the future, half the team was sent to the past. Both Apocalypse is either conquering everything or rising to get ready to conquer everything. And that's kind of where we at right now. So the first episode, you got a whole bunch of stuff right here. Let me see. We got here is, damn it, I completely screwed up everything, but it don't really matter. So it's basically about Cable as a kid, and they're basically feeding him all this information
Kid
like he's
Cable.
Kid Cable. Yeah, Kid Cable, but they didn't really like lean into it. I was like, is he gonna go full Kid Cable on this? Not really, but he was like Nathan Dayspring, basically like, young Anakin Skywalker, whatever you want to call it like that. He was young and innocent. They trained him and shit like that. All that is from the comics. Like I said, when Cable grew up, he was raised by two people called Red and Slim. He didn't know that was Cyclops and Jean Grey at the time, and they never told him. And in the cartoon, they told him like, yeah, it's us. We, deal with it. So yeah. So that's what's going on right there. I thought that's pretty interesting. I'm loving it that they're giving him like a whole, chosen one trope and things like this, like that. Oh, Eli, did you see Mother Ascani?
I did.
Okay. Do you know who she is?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you enlighten me?
I'm gonna enlighten you. Okay.
Deep dive.
Okay, deep dive into this shit. Now, for the spoilers for people that haven't seen it, that they may or may not say this on the show. I don't know, like that. Mother Ascani is actually Cable's sister.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about it is that when Mother Ascani was first introduced in the 90s, whatever like that. Here's the thing: Cable's, where is it? I can't find it. Cable's backstory is insane. Cable has insane amount of lore. Matter of fact, Cable in the 90s outsold Wolverine. I remember that shit. I remember that shit very vividly. Like he went deep, lore, all kind of crazy shit. That Ascani, Dayspring, Summers, it's all in there. Chosen One, it's all in there, stuff like that. So, but yeah, so you may not know Mother Ascani, but you do know who this is.
Oh, what's her name? What's her name. I forget her name though.
Okay. Rachel Summers.
What's her name?
The Phoenix / Marvel Girl / Prestige / whatever. The people that everybody thinks Sadie Sink is going to play.
Oh,
in the Spider-Man movie.
Oh, okay.
I probably lost you with that, but okay. The point is, okay, so Rachel Summers, and it is basically explaining like Rachel Summers basically lives to be 1,000 years old, like that. She trains, Cable, raises him, tells him he shows someone else like that. But yeah, they don't know who she is now. But like I said, maybe, and I don't even know if Rachel Summers ever actually showed up in that old 90s cartoon. May or may not, I don't know. But she's like heavily featured in the comics. I mean, that's just the thing. She jumps from the past, just like Bishop. She jumped from the past, joined the team, whatever, blah blah blah, also like that. So yeah. But like I was saying, Cable's backstory is insane. It's a lot of lore that they kind of tiptoed around. They just gave you like the newbies guide to us like that, because Cable goes deep. They did. I think that's all I got for that first episode. So yeah, like I said, Chosen One, all that stuff like that. A bunch of Easter eggs that you may or may not catch, but it's cool like that. Now the second episode is
about Forge and Storm sitting in a tree.
Kissing. Yeah, that is still so weird to me to see Forge and Storm together, even though that was a thing back in the 80s and 90s, stuff like that. But it's in the 2020s, it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, didn't she go to like the spirit world or something, or was it the other way around?
He went to the spirit world for her or some shit.
Okay, yeah. Shit.
But like I said, they don't even speak to each other now in the comics. Like Forge is in the comics, some of the comics, they don't even know each other. So it's weird. They damn it were talking about having babies and shit in this book. I was like, okay, this is weird. But like I said, it was a thing in the 90s. So yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah. Now, second episode. Eli, the second episode is my favorite.
Okay, I saw that.
Yeah, you saw that one. Matter of fact, I got pissed because I felt like they was teasing me, giving me a little bit, and then take it away from me. That intro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was the X-Force. So they gave us the X-Force. So yeah. So let me see if I can give you some X-Force isms. So but this thing, the X-Force theme song was like X-Men, but it was like metal X-Men. Like, had a little bit more guitar riff than it normally did.
Okay.
I felt it. I said, maybe you didn't notice it, but I noticed it.
They had the Metal Zone pedal, distortion pedal on the amp.
Yeah. It was palpable. You could feel it. So yeah. Now, like I said, the X-Force is a comic, and the funny thing is, like, the name of the episode was "A Force to Be Reckoned With," which is actually the name of the issue, like the subtitle of X-Force 1.
Oh yeah, I did
Yeah.
not know that. Look at you
I
with
didn't know that until I
all the
pulled up the book and looked at it. I was like, oh, that's the same thing. Okay,
all the
cool.
Easter eggs. You.
All the Easter eggs, it's all there. Like I said, for those who don't know what X-Force is, Cable decided to take the New Mutants and decided to turn them into like a Strike Force hit squad and shit like that. So basically, it was the 90s. Let's just edgy up everything like that. So the New Mutants book died, and he took some of the people from New Mutants and just turned them into it. Like you got
Rob Liefeld, yeah.
Rob Liefeld. And that's the worst thing I hate about this, because now that X-Force is in the popular demand back again, he's popping up all over the place. Like,
He's got a TikTok. Yeah, he's on TikTok, man.
he's on TikTok, always saying dumb shit like that. So now he's just back, and you can't shut him up now. You're like, ooh, X-Force. I created X-Force. Now, you didn't, man. Wheezy did that shit. Okay. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, so X-Force, what we got here? Cable, like I said, with his squad. You got Wolfsbane down there. So you saw that wolf-looking chick that was on X Factor. We were going to get to in a second like that. Wolfsbane was first on New Mutants.
Was that? Okay, shit, that was Wolfsbane. I thought it was
Wolfsbane. Yes, that was absolutely Wolfsbane on there. Okay. Like I said, she's technically started Wolfsbane, but I think she leaves the book at the end of the issue because she was like, Cable's a little bit too hardcore. I didn't sign up for this shit.
Yeah, so Rain's like nice.
Yeah, she's nice. Yeah, even though she's a wolf chick and shit like that, she's nice, peaceful, pacifist, shit like that. She was like, he's too hardcore. I'm left. And then she went to X Factor. You got Shatterstar. They didn't give us Warpath.
Yeah, no, they already got it. They already got a native, man.
What is that, the ruler too?
I guess, man, because and they're gonna have to hire a native actor to voice him.
Yeah. Or they gotta kill our force first and then put them on.
Yeah.
One gotta go. There can be only one. Yeah. And you got Cannonball flying in the background, shit like that. And then I realized, okay, so Jubilee never was on the X-Force team as far as I know of, so like that. But I do feel like she's replacing Boom Boom.
Oh yeah.
They got the same powers.
I guess. Well, really? Do they?
They do. Really? Exploding like shit. Whatever.
Yeah, Jubilee's shit doesn't do nothing.
I mean, okay, she did something in this. She was useful in this. But before she wasn't. And Boom Boom explode shit too. So it's like, swap out Jubilee with Boom Boom. Nobody cares.
I guess.
Now, there is one person missing on the team that I was like, damn, why that person on there? And you know the person I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Domino. Like, come on. If you're gonna go Liefeld, don't go half Liefeld, go full Liefeld.
Yeah. Well, they replaced Domino with Psylocke.
Psylocke, which is cool because Psylocke was on the X-Force team later on. Not in Liefeld's run, but it was that Rick Remender. Am I saying it right? I think I'm saying it right. Yeah. He was on. She was on the team, and Angel was on the team also. So that's why I'm cool with them being on X-Force. That's the thing, whatever like that. So yeah.
But that's what I was like. I was like, who the fuck it up? I was like, where the fuck is Warpath? Where the fuck? Yeah.
So you really were looking for Warpath on that?
I was, because it's the extra. Like it's X-Force.
Because I didn't even think about Warpath until I saw that cover. I'm like, oh shit, Warpath.
Yeah. No, I thought of Warpath. Oh, are they gonna have Warpath? No.
Hell, Warpath was like the Remender run we were talking about. He was on that run.
Yeah, Warpath did shit.
Yeah, he was actually like a member of the X-Force. Like he was like hardcore. Like the rest of them, like in and out. Warpath was with that shit. He was like, Cable, yeah, you want to go to war? Let's go to war.
Yeah.
He didn't give a fuck. His name is Warpath. Shit.
Yeah.
So
dressed up in the Mardi Gras outfit and shit. Yeah, man.
Right. I thought Warpath looked kind of cool, man. That's just me. I don't know.
Yeah. Fringes and feathers and shit. It was the 90s.
He had like them blades and shit, man.
Oh yeah, well yeah, the black suit Warpath when he had not the red and blue fucking circus outfit and shit.
Yeah, but they got to get Warpath on these episodes some kind of way, man. Working man, Thunderbird.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
Don't do the rule of two, but yeah. Like I said, we talked about X-Force. Let's see if we can talk about who else we got. Jubilee. Now I'm gonna talk briefly about Jubilee because she actually was useful in this episode.
Yeah, Volcano.
I've always said Jubilation Lee was fucking useless. She's supposed to be the point of view character, Wolverine's Robin or whatever like that. But no, she actually did shit. She was useful. Like I said, she trained with Cable, so and Psylocke also. They showed her like training with. You saw when she was like blindfolded fighting with Psylocke and shit.
Yeah, she's whooping ass.
Yeah, she's whooping ass now. So now she actually unlocked her power. So Cable did more for her than Professor X ever did, because Professor X used like a fucking
To
mascot.
the Veruca Salt song.
I don't know that. I guess. Okay, yeah. And the bad guys of the episode caught me. X Factor.
Yeah.
Notice that pic I pulled up from there. There's somebody on the internet did this shit. That's like that, because that's basically what they are. They are ice.
It was, yes. That seems to be the theme these days.
Right. That's the thing.
Like I said, it's relevant. It's like that shit doesn't change, man.
Yeah, back then, because like even in the 90s, X Factor was like a government sponsored team and shit like that.
Yeah.
They didn't really like round up mutants, but for this purpose, whatever, do that thing like that.
History repeats itself.
History repeats itself. Like I said, for those that saw the green-haired chick on there that says she was X-Men like that, if you don't know, that's Polaris. Eli, you will know this, that is Magneto's daughter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They've never mentioned that on, I don't even think on the old show before, but I'm almost positive they're going to say something about that. I feel like it's going to be a thing that's going to come up. So yeah, because I think she's going to show up again in another episode. So yeah. So like I said, that was my favorite episode. X-Force. I want that intro again, or at least release the intro on TikTok or Instagram, something like that, so I can just watch it on repeat or something. So yeah,
I'm sure it's out there.
I'm sure it's out there, but I don't want the bootleg thing. I want Marvel to release the shit to sell, because them bootleg shit, they be like, oh, whatever, But Marvel, when it shit, they release like pops, yeah. Now the episode you didn't see, Eli, third episode, which might have been, even though the X-Force episode was my favorite episode, the third episode might have been the most important episode. It kind of like sets up so much, basically the direction that it's going.
This season, it sets up
the season. Yeah. So this Apocalypse and Magneto. So
yeah, that's Magneto.
That's Magneto. Yeah.
Oh shit, baby Magneto.
So my thing is this: Magneto is so charismatic. We keep forgetting he's a villain.
Yeah, I know he's a villain. He's like
but he's so charismatic. Sometimes you can forget people is a villain. They do bad shit.
Well, villains are cool. They're interesting.
I know, man. It's just like it's hard to remember, like, because he did shit in this episode. You're like, oh yeah.
I don't condone. We don't condone what they do. We just think they're cool. We live vicariously through villains because we get to experience things we don't experience in our real life.
But Magneto be doing this shit where he make it sounds good though.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The cool thing about why Magneto is one of my favorite villains is because he is right. You sympathize with him. You like, yeah, it's just he crosses the line. Says, okay, well, now you're being a dick. So
let me explain his evil plan in this episode right now. Yeah. And after I'm done, you be like, well, damn, he might have a point.
That's the point. He's always got Magneto.
That's like, so his plan is, since like I said, since Inside Manure isn't apocalypse yet, but he's like stupid powerful and shit like that. Magneto's like, what if I get inside his head, gaslight him, feed him some chosen one bullshit, and get him to the X-Men side? Basically make him the first X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And it would completely rewrite history where it is. And Professor X's like, Magneto, you can't rewrite history like that. You're like, what you mean we can't rewrite history? They do it all the time. They rewrite it however they want to because they think that it win it. I'm like, Professor X couldn't say shit. He was like, hey, you kind of got a point.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing evil shit, but it's just like, let him do evil shit. So, yeah.
I ain't saying he should have done it, but I understand.
Oh, well, the thing is, his plan goes completely off the rails. So, because it's Magneto. So, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when you try to gaslight Apocalypse. Yeah, it goes exactly how you think it's gonna go. So yeah. What else we got here? Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. It goes deep, Eli. It goes deep. Because the thing is, now I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know much about Apocalypse. This Apocalypse is my blind spot. But they basically turned Apocalypse into a Hebrew Israelite. Let me explain. Apocalypse is Moses in this episode.
Okay.
He's the orphan savior coming to free the slaves from the Egyptians.
I always kind of felt like they were borrowing from that,
And maybe you caught it. I never caught it, but in this one, this is like there's no way you can't catch it, like that. Well, so you're basically setting him up as the orphan savior that's going to save that. I'm like, damn. So Apocalypse is Moses. I'm like, okay. And the thing is, like the orphan, and the thing is, you see a parallel between Apocalypse and the first episode with Cable, where he's also
wow. Dude, you're drawing parallels and shit.
That's what the story's doing, man.
Yeah.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah, it rhymes. It stanzas.
Yeah. Because like I said, let me break down the orphan savior trope, because the orphan savior trope has been around since stories have been around. You got Hercules, you got Moses, like we talked about, you got Horus, you got Jesus, you have Superman. It's all the same story. That's why we call superhero comics American mythology, because they all would borrow from these stories that have been passed down from civilization to civilization. The orphan savior comes down and save everybody, blah, 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 stuff like that. So yeah, you've seen the story plenty of time before, and they're doing that same story with Apocalypse right now. Of course, like I said, because Magneto's getting involved, it's going to go completely off the rails. It's probably going to go even worse than what it was before, but that's what we got going on right now. So yeah. We thinking it's a Moses story, but it's probably gonna be a Darth Vader story. So yeah. Also, the bad guy in this episode, Rama Tut.
Oh, is that Kang?
Kang the Conqueror. Yeah. But here's the thing: they never say he's Kang the Conqueror in the episode. So if you don't know, you don't know. You just think he's just an Egyptian pharaoh, just some random ass asshole Egyptian pharaoh that's trying to just enslave everybody. But he got this weird ass technology and shit like that. You're like, so it kind of make you wonder, why does he have this weird technology? But they never explain it in the episode. But since we know, we've reviewed it, we posted
it. You know.
Yeah. If you know, you know, right? Yes. For those that don't know, the bad guy of this episode, Rama Tut, is Kang the Conqueror. Maybe a variant. Maybe he is Kang. Whatever. Jonathan Majors shows up at the end of Ant-Man dressed like him. So yeah. But the thing is that Rama Tut in this episode is white. So, yeah. But it's funny because here's the thing.
It was the 90s.
No. Here's the thing. This is intentional. This is intentional because it's weird. Because every Egyptian in the episode is dark skinned.
Okay.
Rama Tut is the only white person in the episode. And that's done very intentionally. I can definitely pay attention to that. So I'm like, oh, they know what they're doing. It's funny how they got Rama Tut in there. We all know he's Spanish like that. So you got these nerd news websites running around like they're like, Jonathan Majors returns in a Marvel project. Like, no, Kang is back. Not Jonathan Majors. And he's white. So just tell you right there. So he definitely coming back. So
Jonathan Majors' girlfriend's back.
Right.
Oh, I digress.
Oh man. So yeah, that's going on right there. So yeah. Now the thing is that there may be another bigger bad than what's going on with that. Like I said, we got Rama Tut, who's actually Kang the Conqueror, but Professor X get a vision of somebody even more powerful than Rama Tut, who I think is Immortus.
Okay, that's a little too deep.
Who is also Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of Kang the Conquerors. That's why I don't fuck with Kang the Conqueror. But yeah. So basically, they got all these various and that may be me reaching like that. But Immortus did show up in the old 90s cartoon, the 90s X-Men cartoon. He was a villain on that episode, on one of them episodes. So if he comes back, it would kind of make sense, especially if you're fighting different Kangs like that. You think they were out of the Kang business, but Kang is back, especially since in Loki, they said they caught all the Kangs, they took care of all the Kangs, and now you got Kang still running around. So, Eli, if they really, 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 really wanted to, they could tie all this bullshit into these movies, Avengers movies.
Okay.
Because it's Kang. You can do that.
Yeah.
If they wanted to. They probably won't, but they could. I hope they don't, but they could. Yeah. So what else we got here? We'll talk about that. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. And like I said, I ran through the X-Men, pretty much those 3 episodes like that. Like I said, this is awesome. Loving it right now. These 3 episodes hit it out the park. The animation. Invincible. Take notes. This is how you animate shit. Not that bullshit y'all do on y'all show. This is how you do animation. So I don't know what their budget is, but yeah, they're killing right now.
Oh, it's Disney, man.
It's Disney. Disney got big pockets for like hell. They Amazon.
Yeah, well,
Amazon got bigger pockets.
They throwing all that money into what? The Lord of the Rings show.
I guess, but I'm just saying Disney's CEO ain't went to space. So so yeah. But like I said, we got this episode. It is a different episode going on right now. It is a different feel to it. One reason because your boy isn't here. or should I say, your Bo?
Oh,
Yeah. You know why I posted that? Because anytime I post him, we get like a spike in the analytics right there at the
leave his
spot.
ass up then, man.
Hell no. Eli, I'm traumatized from even Googling that shit I just saw.
Why do you keep doing it?
I'm a masochist, Eli. I'm a masochist.
I hate this. Again. I did notice his name. I did notice his name was on the credits and shit.
Yes, his name is on the credits. He's like writing credits on one episode, executive producer on another episode. And I was like, I thought they did everything they could to scrub him away from what's going on with this. But yeah,
but wasn't it like he had already worked on season 2 before
he wrote season 2 and 3 already? Yeah.
Cool.
All they had to do is just do the animation like that, but he already wrote the show. But what they said, what they were doing, like the reason it took so long from 1 to 2, because they were doing rewrites to get his name off there. They said a lot of this stuff isn't him. Other people jumped in so like it because I think the way he was doing, and I think he even said it, he was headed towards Onslaught. That's the big bang he was headed toward. But the way this looks like it's going in a completely different direction. So
okay,
that's that. I do notice some differences in this episode. Like I said, versus the writing in this episode in this season versus the writing of last season. What's the best way to say this? I think I just throw the picture up to say what I'm going to say to make you understand it. So here's what I got to say. Because it's the only way it's going to make sense if I say what I got to say.
Sure.
This season seems less homoerotic, if that makes any sense.
I get it was funny because
there's less gay shit in this episode. I gotta say it, Eli. I gotta say it. So yeah.
Well, when I was watching, I think it was the recap or something, and it showed Jubilee kissing. I thought it was a chick, but it turned out to be Berto. I was like, oh wait, that's Sunspot.
That happened in the last episode. Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, that's that. And I was like, oh, that's Sunspot.
You know what? I interpret that because that was her birthday, right? I interpret that she had sex with Sunspot on her birthday.
Well, good for her. Yeah, she should.
She should, right? But like I said, it was a lot of shit going on. Like it was just shit happening in the episode. I mean, like I said, the whole morph thing, where he's in love with Wolverine.
Yeah, no, that was
and
great.
He's completely turning into Jean Grey all the time to like mentally get Wolverine in the mental.
He's being a dick about it, but yeah,
like you know what? Maybe I should. A lot of shit going on with that, man. The whole it was a horny ass season, man. It really was. So yeah,
I guess.
So, like I said, I'm not saying this season won't go direction, but you can feel like it's been toned down a little bit.
I don't know, man. Cable's muscles.
A little bit.
Yeah, Cable's muscles.
Cable ain't fucking anybody.
But I'm just still, man. Oh, they were, water was glistening all over your body. Used to go down to the creek. No.
Right. I mean, like I said, I feel like if Bo DeMeo would still be on this episode, I mean, he probably had fucking Apocalypse some shit. I don't know.
I'm just saying that those pecs are very accentuated. I'm just saying.
Hey, that's the artist. That's not him doing that. But yes. But I'm just saying, it's I feel the difference in the season. That's all I'm saying right there. So yeah, like I said, a very ambitious season they have right now. You got a whole bunch of stuff you juggling right now. You got the X Factor, you got the X Force. There was even a third team that jumped in. Where are they? Oh, I ain't want to delete that. Generation X. Okay. Did you catch that, Eli?
No.
Okay, let me explain. Because basically, the kids that X Factor were rounding up, that was all X Factor Generation X team members. Chamber, Sync, Monet, whatever.
Oh, the ones that were like running. They're trying.
The runs like that. That was all Generation X. They never named them. They never gave them names like that. But I recognized each one of their mutants.
Okay.
So yeah. So that was the third 90s team that was also right there. Like I said, it was a bunch of X-Men stuff. So you got all these factions going on. Like I said, you got X Factor going on. Pretty much the team as it was. Like I said, your boy Strong Guy was on the team.
I couldn't remember his name.
You know his name. The funny thing about Strong Guy, the thing is because when X Factor debuted in the comics and they looked at the guy and you're like, he must be the strong guy. Every team got a strong guy. He like, next what's his name? He like, I'm strong guy.
I was like, who's that big strong guy's name?
That's why he calls himself strong guy, because they say he's the strong guy. So like, I'm strong guy. Fuck it.
Oh shit, there's that one strong guy dude. What's his name again?
That's the crazy thing about it. He just calls strong guy. That's it's just shit. Like I said, you got X-Force. So you got all these moving pieces with all this. Now, be honest with you, Eli, I feel like this is the most ambitious they've ever been on this show. Will they stick the landing? We got to see. Because I'll be honest with you, Eli, this was both my favorite time of the X-Men and also when I left the X-Men and quick look in the comics around the time because this shit got so convoluted.
You're talking about back in
these books.
You're talking about the 90s.
The 90s, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It was my favorite time in the X-Men, and also when I left the X-Men, because you had all these books. You had X-Factor, X-Force, Generation X, Excalibur, which they may or may not address.
Oh, yeah, Excalibur.
Like, remember that shit? Yeah, I was saying.
I do, yeah.
Then you had 2 X-Men books, Uncanny X-Men, X-Men, Wolverine, Cable. Who else had a book? You had to read all this shit. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm good. And that was all before that Onslaught shit came.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you will. Just be glad he's not back. Otherwise, you know what that is. So yeah. Watch Eli. Every time I post it, it's gonna spike.
I'm telling you, leave it up, man. We'll get all the views.
Not leaving it up. Oh shit. That's all I got. So, like I said, I'm enjoying it. Hey, honestly, X-Men 97 is the best thing Marvel has done post-Endgame. I don't care. Hands down. Eli, we're not gonna argue over that like we did with Marvels or whatever like that.
Well, I know, I agree, because I've never, you know me, I'm not a big X-Men fan. I've never been into the X-Men comics.
Sure, strong guy.
But what I do know is through the cartoons. You can call me a cartoon boy or whatever, but the cartoon made them accessible. Because I remember as a kid trying to get into X-Men comics, and they were just so hard to get into because there was such a soap opera.
Right.
You know, that I just couldn't get into them as a kid. You know, there was so much shit always going on. You know, all the different characters and who's fucking who and blah, 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 and the different teams and all this shit. So, yeah, you know, I just never got into them. But then, when was it? When the Jim Lee book dropped and the whole relaunch, you know.
And the whole point was to simplify things.
Yeah. You know, my brother started getting into it, and I started reading because he was into it, you know, and then they released the toys and that whole wave of, you know, X-Men shit that came out in the early 90s, you know. That's when I started to like learn about stuff. You know? And yeah, the cartoon was part of that. Like, oh, it made it, yes, like you said, it simplified the X-Men, it made them more accessible. And pretty much most of my knowledge of the X-Men is from the old 90s cartoon.
Well, that's knowledge of most everybody's X-Men.
Yeah.
And honestly, Eli, I think that's to a point where it actually damaged the brand.
Okay.
Let me explain it. I feel like X-Men 97 is undoing some of the damage that the X-Men 90s cartoon did. The reason, because I'm saying this, okay, everybody knows the roster of the X-Men 90. You can name off the top of your head everybody on that team, Gambit, Rogue, whatever the fuck like that. Me and you both know that there are hundreds of X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
But Marvel can't break these other characters into the mainstream because they weren't on that cartoon. So now with this cartoon, the season 2 of X-Men 97 doing is expanding the lore where you're getting X-Force and X-Factor and Generation X, and you're putting these characters to the forefront. Emma Frost, Psylocke, you know, who is our favorite, you know, character. But, you know, the normal casual crowd don't even know who she is. You know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you're bringing all that to the forefront. So now you got all these characters and they're bringing them people on these characters. So now when you introduce them in other media, people will accept them, you know, instead of just, you know, where's Rogue? Where's Gambit? You know, we haven't even seen Gambit. Let's think about it. Like, we completely forgot Gambit got killed off.
Yeah, he did. He went out like a G. Yeah, that was cool last season.
And on top of that, Wolverine hadn't done shit in these 3 episodes yet. We haven't even noticed it. We just like going along with it because they're throwing so many characters at you. Emma Frost got a moment. Jubilee got a moment. You know,
that was cool. No, Emma Frost was dope.
That's what I'm saying. They're giving us Emma Frost. I'm like, okay, because Emma Frost is a cool ass character. You know, and she has deep lore. She's an X-Man. She married Iron Man. Fuck. So, like I said, it's all kind of lore they can do with that one. So, like I said, there's so many directions they can go with what they're doing right now with the table that they set for us. Will they stick the landing? I don't know. I don't know what they're going. It's interesting. We got a lot of moving parts to it. Like I said, you got this timey shenanigans, stuff like that. Eli, the good thing about it is that we're doing time travel, not multiverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just one timeline that's being affected right now. It's not like Apocalypse variants showing up like Baby Apocalypse teaming up with, Old Man Apocalypse to kill the X-Men. They may do that. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. But that's just always been X-Men shit. I mean, they're always doing that shit.
X-Men just do whatever fuck. Time travel, space, multiverse, whatever. It doesn't matter. The X-Men have no rules. They can just do whatever. So yeah.
What was that? Oh, that was Hickman's run. When Hickman first started writing the New Mutants a few years ago.
Yeah.
He had them all in space and the Starjammers and all that shit, and it lost me. Because that's I'm so not into Cosmic Marvel.
And what's crazy about it? That what Hickman was doing was picking up the storyline that he was doing in Avengers. Because Sunspot and Cannonball were Avengers in that book. So he was just writing, he was continuing that story.
Yeah.
And they married the Kree and all this shit like that. So he was just continuing that story. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think X-Men 97 is going to go that far. I'm just saying. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't but that's how I learned about Cyclops' dad. Ain't he a space pirate or some shit?
Yeah, Corsair. Yeah.
Yeah. The old cartoon did all that shit. And
and that's what I'm wondering, Eli, because like I said, we know how convoluted the X-Men can get with all these pieces they're laying on the table. Is this going to be a breaking point? Is going to be like for the casual crowd? Okay, it's just too much shit going on with this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because they're not ready for Jonathan Hickman's Krakoa age X-Men.
Shit, we barely were.
We barely was ready for that shit. So
shit, he left. He
left. He I can't do this shit no more. I'm done. Fuck this.
He wasn't ready either.
He wasn't ready for his own shit. So. Shit. So. All right. Let me say, I'm just excited for the next episode. I'm ready for the season. Let's keep going. So yeah, we can move.
Well, I was like, oh shit, I did like the last season. I liked it a lot. So, and I do agree. It is one of the coolest Marvel things that's been out in a while. So yeah, I was, oh shit, the X-Men's back. Well, I bet you I better watch it because I bet we're going to talk about it on the pod. So.
Like take your notes, deep dive.
Hey, who's that now? Oh, who's that?
So let me deep dive into Strong Guy. So, all right.
Yeah,
now we're going to move on to the next part of the podcast, Eli, because now you're about to take over.
Am I?
You saw a movie.
Oh shit!
I was waiting for you to see this movie so you could talk about this movie.
Really? You were waiting for me to see it?
Yes, I was waiting for you to see it. Yes, because I know eventually you were going to get around to seeing it because you have to. You're compelled to watch this.
It was actually my friend who basically told me
you can't keep doing. You can't keep putting it on somebody else.
I really didn't have. I saw the trailer to this and I'm like, but then my buddy saw it twice and he encouraged me.
To watch, okay, because it's horror. You got to watch. Now, I know as far as horror, Eli, like I said, we've done this podcast all the time that you have specific tastes in your horror.
Yeah.
So I was kind of see how this would take. For those who know what we're talking about Obsession. We're talking about Obsession. Yeah. Eli saw it. The movie's been out for whatever. It was supposed to have been out on streaming a while ago, but it was making so much fucking cash they just decided to keep it in the theaters.
It beat Star Wars. It beat He-Man. It beat
everybody.
It beat everybody.
All this shit.
It's busting records.
I think it beat He-Man and Supergirl combined.
Probably,
Yeah, and Mortal Kombat. Throw all of them together. Like it's killing at the box office right now. Like it's making bank right now. So this is the movie. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's obsessed with it. So Eli, I want to know what you're talking about. First off, I want to know how our girl do.
She's great. She's fine.
Okay.
She's great. I thought the movie was okay. And that's the thing is I'm not into supernatural horror shit. You
Is
know,
that what this is? Like, I have no idea what this movie is about, to be honest with
okay, yeah, this is like, yeah, I'm not into like ghost stories and possession stories and all that shit. That's just not my thing. I'm more of a slasher, monster movie, creature feature type of guy, you
you.
know. So yeah, I'm not into like, the whole supernatural. This is like a magic spell. So, anyways, this movie, Obsession, it's about this kid who is in love with this chick, but he's afraid to ask her out because he's a simp incel little bitch, and with no game. So he goes to some like new age like shop that sells spirit rocks and magic crystals, one of the new agey shops and shit,
Right.
and finds this like, what's it called, the wishing stick or something that grants wishes.
Mm-hmm.
So he wishes for this chick to fall in love with him, and it works. She falls in love with him, and then she becomes like totally like, yeah, obsessed with him. Yeah. And and she starts acting like she can't not be she has to be with him all the time. She gets super clingy, and then it starts to creep him out, and she starts acting all psycho, and yeah, and then things start taking a darker turn, and then violence ensues, and yeah. So yeah, I thought it was odd. Like I said, I'm not into the supernatural shit that much. This or magic or whatever this was, But that being said, the movie is very well made, very well directed.
Did the guy come from YouTube to get made this?
Yeah, I guess the guy was a YouTuber or something, and he made YouTube shorts, So the cinematography is great. I mean, it's got the look of the movie is very good. The performances are great, and yes, the girl, we know her from Superman and Lois.
Superman and Lois, like I said, y'all didn't know who she is. Think she popped out of nowhere? No, we've known her for a while.
Yeah, we watched her for how many seasons? 4 or 5 seasons?
4 or 5 seasons like that. Like when I saw this movie taking off, I'm looking at it like, damn, she looks familiar. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, it's her. Okay.
Yeah, it's the chick playing the chick who friend zones the kid that likes her, which is what she did on Superman.
Which what she did on Superman. Yeah, except he didn't go fucking crazy and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what she's doing this shit again. She basically friend zones this dude who's all into her, and but no, when she starts acting crazy, it gets it was actually making me laugh. I found this to be a great comedy. I was laughing my ass off. She started acting off. She plays a good psycho girlfriend.
Right. Here's the thing, Eli. Based on what you're saying about this movie, I can see how it's making as much money as it's making.
Yeah.
This sounds like a Gen Z horror movie.
Yes, it's very much it very much is a horror movie for the internet generation.
It feels like it's checking all the boxes on what scares Gen Z.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is just another emo horror flick.
Right.
And I call them emo, because they're kind of sad and bummers to watch,
Right.
they all end tragically, and you're kind of bummed out after watching them, and I have not been a fan of like Hereditary and all the, Midsummer and all these. I call them emo horror. A lot of people call them elevated horror.
Yeah.
Which I can't stand that term, elevated horror. I feel like it's, horror movies for people who don't like horror, Yeah. It's elevated horror. But fuck off and go dick ride Christopher Nolan, you film bro bitch, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I've been calling, there's this wave of very like dark, it's almost like dark dramas, you know what I mean? Where they're just they're just long drawn meditations on trauma and grief, and they're not very much fun to watch, and they're filled with shitty characters doing shitty things to people, and they're just they're just sad. They're just sad stories. So I feel like here we is another sad sack of a movie that just kind of bums you out in the end. We're like, well, that kind of sucked, because I hated the ending. I hated the ending of this. First of all, I hated the kid. I thought he was just an incel little creep. I couldn't stand him.
But here's the thing, Eli. You're saying that, but these Gen Z dudes nowadays, they identify with him.
Yeah. Cut it out.
That's the problem.
Cut the shit, motherfuckers. Cut the shit. Step the fuck up and fucking ask the bitch out. If she says no, deal with it and move the fuck on. Come on. You know, that's the thing is I don't relate to that because you know I'm way too metal for that. Someone doesn't like me, I'm like, well, fuck off.
Right. But these Gen Z, that's what they identify with. That he's me. That's what they think. Like,
well, cut the shit. Quit being incel little creeps.
Like, that's the fucking problem, man.
But yeah, basically he tries to DoorDash love.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I couldn't stand him. I really, really hated his character.
Mm-hmm.
I felt bad for the chick.
Right.
And I'm sure there's like these deeper themes of consent that's going on.
Oh, there's all kind of think pieces. Like I said, I don't know what the movie is, but I've seen think pieces popping up about this movie.
I'm sure people who like this movie way more than I do are gonna like analyze the shit on the Me Too themes and the consent.
Like I said, I don't know who in this movie like that. All I know is that I'm hearing people have to explain. Here's the thing. The guy is the villain. Like, they don't recognize the guy as the villain the whole time in the movie. Yeah, like, it has to be spoon-fed and spilled out.
I could not stand him. I could not wait for him to get got. You know? That's how I was viewing this movie. Like, you know, so every time she was doing something crazy, I was laughing.
Right.
I was laughing my ass off. You know. There's a party scene where he takes her to a party. And she starts creeping everybody out. I found that shit to be hilarious. That's probably my favorite scene. You know, and they're playing some kind of spoilers. I mean, so they're playing some kind of truth or dare game or something where he has to kiss another chick. Right. And you're like, oh shit, what's she gonna do? And her that shit, I busted out laughing. You know, that was probably my favorite part of the movie. And then of course there is the scene that I'm sure everybody knows, that just went totally nuts. And I didn't full on jump, but I was startled. I was like, oh shit. And then it just went totally bonkers. I'm like, oh shit. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? It was a total what the fuck moment that made this worth the price of admission. You know, so I was taken aback, like, holy damn, okay, that was pretty cool. That was worth the look, that was worth the wait, because it is a slow burn. This movie's a slow burn. It's basically him being creeped out, you know, by this chick and I'm just like, this is what you wanted, asshole. You know, this is what you wished for, asshole. You know, so yeah, I just really couldn't stand him, and I hated the ending. The ending just pissed me off. I don't know if I should spoil it.
No, that's enough. I'm gonna watch it when it comes on Stars or whatever. Yeah.
Do you want me to spoil it or no?
No. Don't. You sort of. I just want to get a vibe. You gave me enough vibe of what it is. So that's
because I really didn't like how it ended. I really wanted him to suffer. I really wanted that kid to suffer.
Right.
You know, and that's where I was, it just left I just wanted that kid to, really, I wanted Art the Clown to come in and just like rip his ass apart. And that doesn't happen. So that was frustrating that I felt there was no payoff, you know, and I felt like he didn't deserve what he got. And of course she didn't deserve it either, you know? So the ending really irked me. And then I'm like, well, damn, that sucked. Now it's a bummer of an ending. And now I'm pissed off and kind of annoying, you know? And that's how I feel with a lot of these newer generation movies. I feel like, they're bummers to watch. They're just kind of annoying. And that's how I feel. Like, that's how I felt with like Hereditary and, Midsummer, like, you know, and then people are like, oh, well, that's the point of the movie is, you know, that's the point. Is like, oh, really? The point of the movie was to piss me off and annoy me? Okay, well, then it did its job. It got on my nerves. Yeah, it accomplished what it was supposed to do. It got on my nerves. But here's the thing. I don't like being annoyed. That's not fun for me. You know, something gets on my nerve. I don't enjoy that. So that's why I'm not into like these. I don't know if it's like like you said, Gen Z, the internet generation. Right. You know, I feel like maybe that's something they're longing for. You know?
Yes, they identify with this asshole dude that you don't like.
or just like why everything's so sad.
Right.
You know, all these movies are so sad and bummers to watch. You're just bummed
Like,
out
we talk
after
about because
watching.
they're all in their feelings when we talk about bullshit.
I think it's I kind of think it's the cell phones, the internet. They have everything readily available, and they have the world literally in the palm of their hand.
Mm-hmm.
They have access to all this information, celebrities where they can watch a movie on their phone. They can do everything from their phone.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even have to leave the house. They can like I said, DoorDash. This kid DoorDashes love,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with all this technology, they can talk to total strangers on the other side of the planet but there's no emotional connection to that, so they're more isolated. And maybe that's why these movies are so drama, like emotional dramas, because they're longing for an emotional connection. Maybe that's just the theory, and that's why this shit's the way it is. I don't know. That's just me. I'm old.
Smarter people than us will break this down.
But like we had we're old. We came up in the 80s and 90s. Movies like The Matrix or like Office Space, where they're about. We hated our jobs. We didn't like our jobs. We thought our lives were boring, and we longed for something. We longed for something more. We struggled to connect to another. Something like spiritually or mentally fulfilling. Even the crime movies like Set It Off or Jackie Brown, like there's more to life. There's more to this. There's something more
all day and
than working a shitty job you hate, making the boss richer. So that was our struggle to connect to a fulfillment, spiritual or mental fulfillment. That was our struggle. And this generation, it's emotional connection. So that's why they watch all these emo movies and shit. And they're more open with their feelings. That's a good thing. And I'm not knocking it. Every generation has its struggles, and I just think they're more open with their feelings. And
but I'm just saying, man. I know you're not knocking it, but you trying to get them to work and they want to take a mental health day. Like, I know I shouldn't say that shit, but I'm just saying.
Hey, we us Gen X, man, we bore the brunt of the boomers bullshit.
Right.
So they can have that shit. So the younger generation can have all the shit. Right. And that's why, I know we talked about He-Man. Like, no one under 45 gives a shit about He-Man. But, that was our shit. Us 80s kids, everything had happy endings because we wanted to escape.
And a message at the end of it,
Yeah, like that was our escapism because we had shitty, turbulent childhoods.
Right.
Where our parents weren't around. Some of our parents didn't even want us. Right. We were abused and abandoned. So all our movies had happy endings because we were raised by TV and movies. And
right.
shit.
So we're not trying to watch a movie to see sad shit.
Yeah, like because our lives were sad. Our lives already sucked. You know what I'm saying? That's why all those 80s movies like The Lost Boys or The Goonies or The Monster Squad, even Poltergeist, all these kids are in danger. But you know what? They get out of the danger because was our lives. That's what we reflected on.
It's 10 a.m. Do you know where your children are?
Yeah. There was a commercial that came on every night that reminded parents, hey, do you know where the fuck your kids are?
Right. Like, oh shit, where are my kids?
Yeah. So well, that's why us old fuckers love He-Man because he had the power and he made everything work out in the end.
Right.
And that's what we longed for. We just wanted shit to be happy.
Right.
So that's so when you got this sad sack of a horror flick like with this shitty little asshole, tricking this kid or tricking this chick into liking him, like what an asshole. So I don't know. I went. Damn,
you guys slept scrolling.
You got me to go way more than I expected to on this one.
I expected you to.
I'll give it I'm waffling between a 3 and a 3.5. That one scene was pretty cool. It was just a long build up to it, you know. I'll give it shit. I feel like I'm being nice if I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Oh damn.
That's my nice score, but it's probably more of a 3 for me,
I want to remind you of something.
Yeah.
You gave Supergirl a 3 last week.
Oh.
Yeah. Just letting you know that, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that was I too. But did I enjoy this more than I probably enjoyed Supergirl more than this.
Damn. Okay. I wasn't expecting that, but okay.
That had a happy end. That had some fun in it. That was actually fun to watch. It was a bunch. It was shit that I've seen 1,000 times before, and it didn't do anything new, and kind of like was a little stale and stagnant, and wasn't groundbreaking.
But you knew what you were getting.
But I knew it. But it gave me pretty much what I thought.
Right.
A girl being super, kicking ass. Which I enjoyed more than watching this little asshole simp being a creep, and then not getting what he deserved.
All right. We can move to the next part of the podcast. I'm gonna just breeze through this quickly. This is the video game section. I have to touch on this. Okay. I don't know if you heard, Eli, but PlayStation's been on the hot water for some shit they announced.
You're the one who keeps telling me this shit.
I keep telling you, it's always some other shit going on. But the point is, PlayStation is under hot water because they announced that in 2028 they're getting rid of physical games altogether, and they're going 100% digital.
100%.
100%. So you will no longer able to get physical games from PlayStation in 2028. They said they're already in the process of shutting down those factories right now. So everything's digital. Everything can be on the system and that's it like that. People have lost their shit, especially since the week before they removed shit from games from your library that you bought. They can do that.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucked up. So they can control what you have, what you don't have, make you rebuy it. They can do whatever they want, just like that. It's like, okay, that's crazy. So yeah, people are insane. The government is investigating them for doing this. People are banning them. People are upset and all the stuff like that. And out of all the people that saying crazy shit, like the people that making Grand Theft Auto 6, Rockstar has denounced them also because PlayStation had like their logo up on the website. They made them take it down. We don't endorse this shit like that. And, like that. But this is where you call, what is that? The pot calling the kettle black? Because something we didn't talk about the other day. And I want everybody to listen to this. Everybody out buying Grand Theft Auto 6 right now. When you buy the physical copy out of a store, you are buying a box, an empty box. There's nothing in it except a digital code. So Rockstar, the people that make Grand Theft Auto 6, is getting on PlayStation for the same bullshit they're doing. They're using PlayStation the way to like deflect the shit they're doing. So you can get a lot of people pissed off. You can get a lot of angry parents, grandparents that bought their kids Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't know why you buying your kids Grand Theft Auto 6 to begin with, but hey, whatever. I don't judge. But you're going to open that box up and ain't shit going to be in it but a bunch of numbers. So just be ready for that. That's what's going on right now. So that's all I got. Moving on past that, just making a announcement for that. So yeah. So just move on to the next part of the podcast.
No physical copy.
All right. Like I said, this is the Comic Bully. We're talking about comic books. We're going to jump into it. Eli, I think we should jump off with the book that we both read.
Oh, did we both read the same book?
Yeah, we both read it. So I'm like, fuck it, why not? I look and see what else good. I'm like, yeah, I don't really do that.
I thought about reading other things too, and I'm like,
I mean, I've already read it. I know what's going on. I'll stick with this. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Batman number 11. Matt Fraction's current run he's doing right now. So like, okay, let's stick with this bad boy. Oh, Eli, I'm gonna let you do it.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah. We may tag team this thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, let me pull it up.
Yeah. So am I, but yeah.
Okay, so what did happen? There's so many Batman shit I'm reading. What happened in this?
Right.
Oh, that assassin chick.
Yeah.
Shows up.
Ojo, Oho,
something.
Oyo. I don't know. Whatever.
So, yeah, what the fuck did happen? I'm trying to remember.
Okay, before we go there, Eli, I did want to say something about this Oyo chick or whatever, like her name is. She showed up before. This ain't her first appearance. But when she showed up, I didn't think anything about it. I thought she like, okay, just a random henchman, something like that. But now she's on the cover fighting Batman. I think Matt Fraction is trying to tell us, Eli, like, this is a new Batman villain.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So I think we need to timestamp this.
Okay.
So just in case if Oyo or whatever her name is pop up and, I don't know, the Batman 2 or some bullshit like that, we'd be like, hey, we saw it. Don't let this be another Jeff the Land Shark situation where it happened. We don't know what the fuck was happening, and then all of a sudden it got big, You
better get that Batman number 4 or whatever her first appearance was.
Whatever her first appearance is. I think we need to remember this moment. We need to let this moment sink in before we move forward. That's all I'm saying.
Well, she's a total anime type of
yes.
Yeah.
She's a Gen Z Batman villain.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But anyway, let's go to it. Let's go to the story and see what we got. But yeah.
So yeah, the Oho or Lady Oho who tried to kill Bruce before. Just make up a name, but yeah, okay. No, it's Ojo. It says it right there in Ojo.
I mean, yeah, but is it? But is it? Do you say it as Ojo? Because I think Matt Fraction told us how to say it, but I can't find that book where he said it.
Okay.
Well, I don't feel like looking for it.
Phonetically, how he's
yeah.
So Ojo or Oho?
GPT, but they don't know either. So yeah.
Okay.
Dude, well, how you say it?
I'm gonna say Lady Oho.
Okay. Let's go with it. Okay.
Well, she tried to kill Bruce and that chick before. The
Dr.
CEO
Zeller.
of that Zeller of that she's making that drug or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't Damian show up and like save him and shit?
Yeah, as dressed as Robin, calling him father.
Yeah, calling Bruce Wayne father. Yeah.
In front of his girlfriend. But yeah.
In front of the girlfriend.
Right.
So basically that corporate, what are they called? The Shadow Crew?
The Shadow Council? Or did we just
something.
make that shit up? Hold on, let me see.
The Shadow something.
We read so much Shadow shit, I don't know what's what.
Yeah, there you go. The Shadow Board.
Shadow Board. I never would have guessed that.
The Shadow something.
Shadow something. I'd like, don't the X-Men have that shit? But somebody, but yeah.
Yeah, they're basically they're basically trying to take over Wayne Enterprises or some shit, and they're trying to they do military contracts, and they need Bruce Wayne gone because he's not getting with the program. So that's why they hired that chick, right? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, to kill him. Yeah, basically a hitman, assassinate him.
Yeah. And then keep going.
Okay, yeah.
we'll go. Yeah. Mr. Blake, it's a bake-off.
It's a bake-off, Mr. Blake.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what they're saying is that since he fucked up by not getting Bruce Wayne to get on board of the military contract trying to get, and Lady Oho didn't kill Bruce Wayne, we're gonna outsource it to everybody on the planet. So they're about to invite every hitman to Gotham to kill Bruce Wayne. Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's a bake-off. Like, so it's the best killer wins. So now he's telling a hired assassin she's fired.
Yeah, and she cuts him half. It's great.
Because that's what you do if you fire a hired assassin. So yeah, she was like, "Don't worry, I'll offer you a free kill." He's like, "Don't worry, I already have a free kill." And then that anime shit right there, that, you know, like that. You already do it. They didn't show it, but if it was anime, they would show it. A manga, they would show it.
Some Bayonetta shit, like
right. You know, when she put the blade back in, and everybody just falls apart and shit like that. So yeah, you can see what happens. So yeah,
he's in Taff and shit.
Right. And then the Iceberg Lounge.
So, so the Penguin's like, he's basically.
So when did they start drawing him like Danny DeVito?
I don't know.
That's not a thing, but
that's just
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
But basically, he's meeting with all the mob bosses, saying that the Minotaur or whatever, the Shadow Clone, they're disrupting business, and we need to like take our city back because
show them how Gotham does it old school
and shit. Yeah. And then we go to
the girl,
Dr. Zeller, and Bruce is trying to explain stuff. Is he still trying to lie to her, saying, I'm not Batman?
Yeah, he's trying to lie to her, basically saying, like, how is his son Robin, but he's not Batman because he lets Batman
train his son.
He's
like, I know Batman.
My baby mama crazy or some shit. You know? So it's all about the baby mama. Just blame it on her.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Well, you see, I knocked this chick up, and she turned out to be part of this ninja clan, and
he don't go into detail. He'll go into detail. He just says she's old fashioned or
yeah,
something like that.
yeah. And then like 5 years later, she drops him off, and I
He's
decided
crazy,
to let,
so I let Batman train him.
I know Batman, and I just basically let Batman train.
Right.
And
She can't be this stupid. She
Yeah,
can't be.
and she's like, yeah, right. She
There's
doesn't even
no
say
way
anything.
she's this stupid. She can't be.
Well, she doesn't even say anything. She's like, look at this motherfucker.
Right.
smoking
Just
all this
I'm just let him
bullshit.
just lie his ass off, man.
Like, damn, a billionaire, son of a bitch.
This is that shit from the other issue when them cops were after Batman
yeah.
and shot each other and shit. And
Yeah. Yeah, the Vandal Savage is covering up the police corruption.
And everybody knows it, but nobody's saying anything about it.
Yeah, and no one's doing anything. And she's basically telling like Bullock and Jimmy or Jim Gordon or Gordon, like, y'all used to be the good cops. Now you ain't shit.
Right. Because they just letting it happen. They're not doing anything.
You ain't doing nothing about this shit, Yeah.
But he's not doing anything because he don't want anything to happen to Barbara. He knows Vandal Savage is kind of holding Barbara over his head.
Yeah.
Like if you don't get in line, he can take Barbara out anytime he wants to.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the Bat family's been arrested. Everyone's like, in hideouts and shit. And then that kid and his grandpa show up looking like, hey,
from issue 3 or something like
anyway,
that. They live stream Vandal Savage planting evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got proof that Vandal Savage is, dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hiding and they're asking
because Vandal Savage knows that they have this shit. So
and they're basically asking Bullock to hide them.
Yeah, and Bullock's not a cop; he's just like a PI.
He's a private investigator. Yeah, Bullock investigation.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then Batman's doing his Batman shit. He's looking. He's on his. He's investigating the crime scene where.
Yeah, basically, some motherfuckers got chopped up across the street.
Yeah, where Lady Ho is. Yeah, basically dismembering
the Lady
people.
Oho thing. It just sounds wrong. I don't
Ojo.
know. Let's go Ojo. The other way, it just sounds wrong. Like it sounds like we should be saying it. I don't
know. So yeah, Batman's watching the crime scene, and and then she shows up, and then we have a fight
right behind him, like
and she shows up and starts whooping his ass, and she's got crows. That's weird, huh? She has like crows flying.
Give me that. Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, I think she like teleport. She turns into crows. That's what I think.
Okay.
I think the crows flying whenever the crows stop it. She can teleport with them.
Oh.
I think. Maybe I'm making this shit up. I don't know, but yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And then she's like slashing at Batman. Batman's already like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Yeah, he's like,
yeah,
grappling away and shit.
So see, that's what I'm saying. I think she turns into the crows,
or she jumps from crow to crow.
That's too cool. That would be too.
That's the total. That would be some total like.
That would be some total animation. Like give it a hop shit. Like no, if they did that, Jorge Jimenez would draw that. He would draw that. Like
yeah, that's like but that would be total like 90s wuxia kung fu Hong Kong shit.
Yeah.
So
Batman's on the other side. The crows are still following. Look, and then she teleports right there.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah, so she's there. So they just stare at each other and shit like that. And then then they run out there. She got the blades and shit like that. And before it's like she chopped the other dude up, Batman throws his cape at one of the blades to take it out of her head. She's like, "Oh, I ain't seen that shit before." Okay. Yeah. And then she's trying to slash him again. Bam, he blocks the shit, that move that Ra's al Ghul taught him and shit. Knocks that shit out. So now she's bladeless. So now it's just bam. Oh, I forgot her. She's giving him the hands. Okay. They going at each other, shit like that, bam, bam, bam. And then she grabs him, and then she whispers to him and said, like, Dr. Zeller is protected. She's under my protection. And she's like, who? So the world's greatest detective don't even know that she wasn't after his girlfriend. She was after him that episode. Good job, Batman.
He has a shot. He has like an electric charge in his gauntlet or whatever.
Yeah.
And he shocks her. Yeah. But then
to stop her from doing all the bullshit she was doing. So yeah. But then that's when the cops show up.
Yeah. GCPD show up. They got them all locked down. Like, hey, you're under arrest, on your knees, hands up, blah, 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 blah. And Batman's like, yo, this chick, This chick's gonna kill all y'all.
Like immediately, she's gonna finish a killing spree on you if I let her go. That's what's gonna happen. So,
Yeah.
And now they think about it like, well, that baby Batman, like she might kill us. Like so some of them are thinking about it,
Yeah, because
Van
he'll
Sanders
just kick our ass. He'll
Right.
just beat us up, but she'll chop us in the. We just saw what she just.
We just saw across the street what she did. So
yeah.
So Van Sanders like shoot her ass, baby, done with it,
Yeah.
And then they looking at each other, and Batman's like, okay, I'm gonna have to let you go, but don't kill these guys. So yeah, she lets it go. She vamps out of there, Crow and shit. Batman does his Batman shit,
Oh yeah, she does poof.
Yeah, she poofs out of there, shit like that. Bam,
clothes.
Batman throws some shit.
He throws
This is pretty cool right
bomb.
here. Batman, because he took his cape off to like get the blade, so he has to jump out the window before the cape attaches to him,
Mm-hmm.
and attach the cape, because that's the only way he can land, without breaking every bone in his body. So shit.
Yeah.
And now they're just talking, and basically Damien's kind of apologizing for the bullshit he did, for outing him.
Yeah.
In front of his girlfriend.
Why the fuck you talking shit? You got a big fucking mouth.
Yeah, so they just going back and forth talking. He's either doing homework or just doing shit like that. But then they hear doorbell ring, and they like how the doorbell ring because we got all kind of like security system before they can even get to the doorbell, and neither one of them knew there was somebody there. So like, how the fuck that happened? They think assassins are at the door, shit like that. So they were like, so what should we do, Father? Open the door. That's what people do, So they open the door and bam, this chick.
It's Alfred's daughter or something.
Grand niece,
grand niece or some shit, and she's gonna be the new Alfred.
Verity Pennyworth, their major domo.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, obviously this is some bullshit finna happen right there to be continued. My theory is this. Okay. Oh, let's blow this up. Okay. Now the thing is, in this before, remember when the Shadow Council, whatever the fuck them people were, like shit like that. They said first they were going to hire like every assassin on the planet to go get after Bruce Wayne, but they also said they were going to plant somebody else on the inside.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you think this is bullshit?
I think she works for them, the Shadow Council or whoever the fuck.
Okay.
I think. So we will see. We will see. Overall, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, Eli, because we just witnessed a new villain
that whooped his ass.
Well, he actually got it. She was giving him hands, but overall, he got her. It's just the police showed up at the right time. That's all.
Yeah, but she was she still like got in on him.
She was a formidable villain. Like I want to see her adapted.
Yeah, if he like I say, if he wasn't all armored up and shit, he'd be dead. Because
like the dude in the first panel.
Yeah.
Chopped in half and shit like this. So
he did take some slices.
Yeah, like I said, he was trained by Ra's al Ghul, so that bullshit ain't gonna work. So
his gauntlets were stopped the blade, but if he didn't have a gauntlet,
he'd be fucked up.
Yeah, his arm wouldn't be there. Yeah, he probably would have been chopped in half.
Right,
his arm,
but he prepped for it.
Yeah, but it was just cool. She was kicking him, like it was a cool
she would get some good shots in on him. I was like, okay, that's what I'm saying. Eli, if they looking for a new Batman villain to adapt, there you go. Matt Fraction just like here you go, right there.
Lady Ojo or whatever.
Eli, I think she would take off.
Yeah, well, yeah. If she poofs out of crows or whatever the fuck she's doing,
and she does all kind of like, and he's basically fighting an anime villain.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Y'all need to pick this book up, man. I'm telling you, Lady Oho, Yoho, Froho, Yoho, whatever.
OJ.
Yeah. She's the next thing. She's the next thing that is going to take off. We said it here first. So
yeah, it was pretty cool.
All right. Now I'm throwing it to you because I don't even know what you have next.
I don't read anything. That's it. I'm booked out.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's on me.
Oh, you read something else?
I read something else. Yeah.
Okay.
But not this week.
Last week?
Not from 2014 or something like that, from last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we did take a day off or a week off where we didn't do something.
One of those weeks that it dropped that we didn't do anything, that's when I did it. So yeah.
This gets a 4 out of 5 for me too.
Yeah, because of Lady Oho.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Oh,
so what we're going to do, my last book of the night is Absolute Green Arrow 2. Like I said, I read the first issue of this and I was like, okay, it's pretty cool. And I want to stick with this book. I want to stick with it and see where it's going. So yeah. So like I said, Oliver Queen is dead. The new Green Arrow is going around killing billionaires. And now you got Dinah Lance, the Black Canary, is on the case trying to uncover who is it. And that's the book. Yeah. So let me see. We're gonna expand this thing. We'll go from there. Yeah. So book starts off with, okay, so like I said, the last book, she found some kid with eyes all of like that, like some kind of mutated kid in like one of Ollie's bunkers and shit. So she's seeing him and it takes the mask off, and it is Oliver Queen. You're like, but you're dead. You're like, what do you know? And then he turns like a demon and shit like that, and then she wakes up from a dream. So yeah, nosebleed and stuff like that. So basically, she has no idea who the Green Arrow is. She's bleeding, stuff like that, and she's trying to piece together the puzzle because she got like a list of possible suspects: Roy Harper, Mia Dearden, people that's been in Green Arrow books for years. She's had to see what's going on. Meanwhile, since all the billionaires are getting, slaughtered left and right, the general public is celebrating. Like, okay. And not only that, they are painting arrows on the buildings of billionaires to tell Green Arrow to go kill them next. So, yeah, it's fucked up. So, yeah, so she's there. And so the security team she works with gave her a arrow-proof suit. So that's her Black Canary costume. So, yeah. And they basically going around looking for people to find out like where's Roy Harper? Roy Harper is out of town right now, even though he was cool with Oliver Queen. They driving around looking around, and that's when they find Mia Dearden. She's like she used to be a computer programmer that worked for Oliver Queen, but she's also like a kickboxer and shit like that. She's like, I thought you guys could fight. Give me another one. And they trying to ask a question, and she actually said, hey, Grumposaurus, you want to fight? Get in the ring. And Murder's just like, I'm not doing this shit. And Dinah's just like, okay. Because, she loved to throw hands. So she like get in the ring. She's like, okay, I'm going to get in the ring. You're going to answer my questions. So while they're fighting, they start asking questions. So basically, Mia met Oliver Queen 6 years ago when she was in high school, and she became one of his programmers, and they was doing shit like that. But then they arguing because, like I said, the other business partner they had, Jubilee Slade, like I said, is a suspected pedophile. But Oliver's looking the other way. He was like, well, we don't know that. We can't prove that. And she's like, what, you want him to do something to me first before you find out? He's like, don't say this shit like that. So she was like, look, either I go or the pedophile goes. One of us. Both of us ain't staying. And Oliver's turning his head because Jubal is making him so much money. He's making a billionaire. He's kind of turning his head to the bullshit he's doing. He's like, well, ain't nobody really looking at him anyway. Most people see me as the face of the company anyway. So, you're like, that ain't gonna work like that. So yeah, until you, and then she leaves. She like, that's what happened. So she left, but it doesn't matter because Oliver made so much money, he barely missed. He was gone anyway while kicking the shit off. And now they arguing about what's going on and shit like that. Basically saying that she's making fun of Dinah because Dinah works for basically the billionaire assholes too. And she's like, well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Go online and talk shit about it? Or you gonna what's the other shit she said? Yeah, report things on the internet, or you're gonna boycott a company while you pay money to another company, like it basically ain't doing shit. So you're basically trying to be all this, or you're gonna just ignore that everything's owned by the same 5 people. So basically they kind of got going back and forth on ideologies, right wing versus left wing, basically. So yeah. And eventually, like, who wins? I don't think anybody wins. Oh, basically, meaning she got sick of her shit. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna groom 15-year-old girls for them too? And that's when she just like, stops fighting fair and just beats the shit out of her. So yeah. Yeah. So basically, she does give information. She finds out that Oliver Queen had a secret son that nobody knows about, except Dinah. Dinah knows about his son, and his son is Connor Hawk. Yeah. Okay. So she was like, well, this got to be the Green Arrow. It's got to be my biggest lead right there. So Connor Hawk is going to this mansion. He walks in there and he sees Dinah Lance. He's like, what the hell you follow me for? He's like, well, what the hell you doing in this mansion? And she's like, the reason I'm in this mansion is because my father, Oliver Queen, even though he's a deadbeat dad, didn't want anything to do with me. He told me after he died that my inheritance was in this mansion. So I'm coming to get my inheritance. And then I want nothing else to do with his ass, But Dad don't believe this shit. She like, you gotta be Green Arrow. There's nobody else but the Green Arrow. You gotta be him. And then, yeah, and that's what happens. They hear some screaming. They go upstairs. and the owner of the mansion is hung up, arrows stabbed left and right and shit like that. And then blood is splattered in her face, so she can't see what the fuck going on. And that's when you get the Green Arrow. So obviously it can't be Kind of Hawk if Green Arrow is upstairs and Kind of Hawk is downstairs. So yeah, so Kind of Hawk is shooting at him, trying to stop him, but he's like you see, he got body armor on. And then he takes the arrow and bounce it off it, and bam, his Connor kills Kind of Hawk. So obviously Kind of Hawk is not Green Arrow. And he was like, your friend shouldn't have got in my way. And then he disappears. So obviously whoever this is can't be Oliver Queen, because he didn't know who Kind of Hawk was. So now they're back at square one. But they're saying, but there's one person that's still on the list that we don't know about. Roy Harper. Turns out, even though he said he was out of town, I tracked him. He is in Star City, in town right now. And then we see Roy Harper digging up Oliver Queen's grave, to be continued. So we still don't know who's who, what's going on, something like that. Maybe it's Roy Harper, or maybe he could kill next issue also. And we still don't know who it is. So yeah, that's going on. So like I said, we're still in the murder mystery, see what's going on. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. And it's definitely not Oliver Queen, because his body, they found his body after what Hawkman did to him. So yeah, that's all I got. Anything else you got?
Yeah, since you did like a book, an older book.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a book that I was gonna review a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be Lobo number 4.
4? It's on 4?
Yeah, with the Scotty Young writing and Jorge Corona.
Okay. I thought all this next level stuff was like on issue 2 or something like that. But
no, this is low. I think it's coming out bi-monthly or bi-weekly, maybe. I don't know. So Lobo number 4. He fights Supergirl in this book.
Yes, and Crypto's in it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets hired to break into the Fortress of Solitude. But it's like another Fortress of Solitude or Storitude. That's what it's called. It's like a storage thing to steal something from something. What the hell? Let me pull it up. But basically, he breaks in, and then Supergirl shows up with Crypto, and we have just a dumb, stupid, fun battle against Supergirl and Lobo, and Crypto and Lobo's dog. What's that dog's name again? Lobo's bulldog.
I don't know that one, but okay.
Yeah, he's got a bulldog. I can't remember his name. We just call him. Well, that's how he barks, Garf. Anyways, that's all it is, And it's again Scotty Young writing, and it's very cartoony and over the top violence, And they're talking shit to each other. It's funny, Like she just shows her what she up to, And he calls her Karen.
Karen.
Karen. Yeah, it's the galaxy's favorite Kryptonian, Karen, and her little dog too. And they just start, she heat beams her, she like laser, what's it called? The heat beams, the I beams or whatever.
Yeah.
Right in his face and like burns off his face, and then they just start beating the shit out of each other. And, and it's funny, it's cool. But then like the space cops show up. And they throw them both in jail. Yeah, they're both they're both in jail, and they're talking shit to each other. It's funny, And I guess it's going to be continued in the Supergirl special.
Supergirl special, okay.
Yeah, main girl of tomorrow, which is what they
see synergy. That's what they're doing.
Main girl of tomorrow. That's what this issue is called. This Lobo run is fun. It's just been it is one of my favorite books right now. It's fun. Scotty Young, art by Jorge Corona, just dumb, stupid, fun. Lobo being goofy. He's a Deadpool. So Yeah, I'll give this a 4 out of 5. So that was from a couple weeks ago. I was going to review it the week we took off.
Okay.
So yeah.
I might get caught up on that, see what's going on with that one.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to y'all, man. Even though we saw this doom and gloom about Supergirl, I do want to say one good thing about that Supergirl did do for us. Yeah, I probably can't see it because it's too small right now. But the 10-minute comic review we did of the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic did 3 times the views and watch views than the actual podcast it came from. So it's like, good for y'all. Hey, this thing's in the algorithm, like it's going. So I'm fine with that. So yeah. Anything else we got, or we good?
No,
or?
I'm booked out. That's
Okay.
it.
This is one of our longest shows, but one of our meatier shows that I liked. Yeah, I feel like we got a lot of information that we reviewed a whole lot of stuff. No fluff. We got in, got out. So yeah. So next week we'll come back with something else. I don't know, we'll come back with maybe more X-Men stuff, maybe something else. I don't know. Definitely no more Supergirl. So yeah. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel.